Hello class, I'm looking at the Excel hands-on test, and logging in Excel, what I did is I came here to the download page and I downloaded both the instruction file and then the actual student spreadsheet file right here. I downloaded them both. So I'll close it out, minimize that, and this is actually the spreadsheet file. The instruction file, I find it easier if you print it out and then go from that. So I'm just gonna, I've got it in front of me printed. I'm gonna go through this and process, oh gosh, about 2/3 of these steps for you, maybe 66% thereabouts. It wants me to go to the first step is to download the file. The second step is go to the net sales worksheet, and that's right here, net sales. And it wants me to calculate totals for several ranges. Now the first range, which is a grouping of cells, right, is F4 to F8. So I'm going to use the sum function, and what it does is it does a little shortcut for you. Equals sum, the equal sign or a plus or minus signs are how we tell Excel it's going to do some work. Equal sum in this case in parentheses, you specify the range, which is for Colorado, it's B4 to F4. So that looks correct to me. I'm going to select that range, and I'm going to go to the this little cross sum goes to a tiny cross in the fill handle. And then the next step is to go to B9, F9. All right, so I'm going to sum this one too. I'm going to sum the quarterly total, and then I'm going to use the fill handle, and I should have gone one more step here. I think it wants to include all the way to F9. It does, all right. And then apply the total cell style to the range B9, F9. So I'm going to need to select it again. And here are styles, and I could go through this and try to find it, or click on the down arrow and find totals right here. And there we go. There's the total style. You put a single underline below the column of numbers to be added or calculated, we'll say, and then a double line below the answer, which is what we did just there. So that's done. All right, step 3. I may need to do an absolute cell reference, but it wants me to go to G4, which is right here, column G, row 4. And a formula to calculate the percentage of Colorado total to the total sales. So again, we want Excel to do the work, so we need some kind of operator. So let's do an equal sign equals the Colorado total slash for division to the main total here. And it said you may need to use an absolute reference. So I'm going to guess you're going to want me to fill it down. So what number can change? Well, the top number, F4, can change. So we want it when I fill down to go to F5. So you can do the function key F4, or just manually put some dollar signs in front of these references, column and row. See, the answer doesn't change. So percentage of sales. So can you look at this and say, is 185 which is Colorado, about a fifth of 863? Well, if you multiply that times 5 times, right, you get tenths. It's a little over a fifth, right? Because 10 times 2, 5 times 2 would be 10, and this is 86. So it's about right. I can eyeball and see the answer is about right. So now I'm going to fill this down and see, oh, I got a problem. What did I do wrong? Well, I put the absolute reference in the wrong cell. I do want F4 to change. I want it to go from Colorado, right, this row here, down to F5. So I don't want that to be static, but I do want the bottom value, total, which is F9, I want that to stay static. I don't want that to change when I fill down. So when you get divided by 0, typically that tells you put the absolute reference on the wrong cell. So I put the dollar signs, F9, on the bottom cell. I'm going to fill it down, and now you see that it is correct. So if you do it wrong, don't worry about it. Look at it, analyze it, see what you made static or absolute, and change it to the value, and you'll fix it. That's how that works. Let's see, what else? It wants a formula to calculate the percentage by total. Apply percent style with 0 format. Oh, well, percent style with 0 decimals. Oh, well, I have decimals, so let's go to percent style, and it's 0 here. I could always come down here and extend it to percent and make sure there's a 0 here, but by default, the shortcut has 0 decimals, so that fixes that. Okay. What else? Okay, step 4. Step 4 is to add line sparkles to present the trend of each state across the 4 totals. Do not include totals, but display markers. So I need in here, I need to insert, I need line, and it's going to insert, and for spark lines, you see that here. What is the range? Well, the range is individual. I'm going to go state by state, and I just want the 4 quarters. And there's the location, and it's there. Now, I don't have, is it display markers? I don't have markers. So markers, click on this, and I'm just going to pick black. So now that's there. So this looks like Colorado dips and goes back up, goes from 48,000 down to 45, back up to 49. So that trend looks right. What should this one do? This one should go, oh, this one really climbs from 25,000 to, no, it's about this, it's pretty much the same. It goes down actually a little bit. So let's fill down and watch what happens here. Yeah, this goes down and comes up in the 4th quarter, and it does go from 19 to 22. This one rises a lot. So this goes from 44,000, 46, 44 to 50, and that line rises. So the sparkle lines look right to me. They look like they're doing the right thing. So that's good. Step 5, select the range A3 to E8. So A3 to E8 is right here, all right? E8, I see the ranges right. It wants me to use a recommended chart. Of course, I can't see it until I click on Insert on the ribbon, and then I can see recommended charts. And it says to pick the first clustered column, right? They use the state names as a category axis. So this is clustered, and I see the state names, so this must be it. So there's my chart. Align the upper left corner of the chart inside the upper left corner of A11. All right, so A11. That looks about right. And then the bottom right corner, slightly inside of H24. So let's click this. And this is H, slightly inside. This is 24. All right, well, I suppose that's slightly inside. That looks about right to me. Okay, apply the chart style 7. Well, here are styles. So let's see, where's 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This looks like 7 here. And if I look at under my arrow here, the mouse, it says style 7. So that is right. That's been changed. And what else? Okay, what else? As a chart title, apply the chart. So as a chart title, type quarterly net sales by state. Oh, all right. So it doesn't like this. We need to give it a better title. Quarterly net sales by state. QUART. Quarterly net sales by state. Got it? Okay, that is done. On to 6. There were a lot of steps in that last one. Charts are that way. I don't know why that is. The more you do, the easier it gets. All right, so I need to show the percent of each state that contributes to the total sales. So I need to select the non-adjacent range. Range is a grouping of cells that represents state names and state totals. So non-adjacent means they're not next to each other. Here's totals, and here's state names. See, they're not next to each other. Insert a 3D pie chart. Okay, so let's insert. This looks like a pie, but I don't think it's 3D. So let's click on this arrow and do 3D. All right, there's a 3D pie chart. Oh, we can't leave it there. We want to move it to a new sheet. So let's right click on it. And let's move chart. Let's pick a new sheet. And it's, okay, we got to name it too. So it's net sales by state. So this will, down here, this will pop up a new sheet. There it is. It's a new sheet. We were here in net sales, and that chart's now gone. It's in this new sheet. So, all right. So we're still working on the chart. We're not done with it. So the chart title, we want, let's get rid of that. Annual net sales by state. All right. Net by annual net sales by state. I did type that right. Good. There's a new title. Change the font title font to size 36. Well, I bet if I hovered over this, I can get to the size here. Okay, the 36. Remove the legend. The legend's down here. I'm just going to click it and delete it. So that's gone. You think probably we're going to do data labels next, right? And you would be right. Add data labels that display only the category name. Okay, so we want data labels. So we want to add an element here. Data labels. Where do we want that? Data labels display only. Add data labels display only the name and the center. Center. Well, that's not what I want. So let's right click over data labels and format them. We got center. Oh, okay. Here's my format data labels. This helps me a lot. Display only the category name and percent. Okay. So I want category name and percent. That's all I want. Category name and percent in the center. I think that's right. So they are where they're supposed to be. Text options. It wants me to change the size. So I'm gonna get out of that right now, and I'm gonna right click over this again. And I'm gonna format the data labels. And every time I do this, this is the part where I lost. So bear with me. Change the data label font size to 14. Data labels. I'm looking, hold on. I want a font size, general format. I want the font size. I'll get there. Size. I'm not seeing what I want. I want text options. Okay, so you're going to watch me hunt around here. Let's see until I get the right item here. I want the data label font size to 14 bold italic. I want to format. Oh, here it is. That took a while. Okay, 14. Hold on. I'm there now. Bold and italic. Font style. Bold and italic. Color. I want color. I want white. Background 1. Okay, now it's right. All right. Okay, I got there. I just finished step 7. So if it takes you a while, you just saw me go through this, so don't feel bad. I had a hunt for the font size on that one a little bit. All right, I'm on step 8. Select the entire pie chart. All right, the entire pie chart. I'm going to, hold on, display the format data series pane. All right, here's the data series pane. I'm here. Modify the 3D option by changing the top bevel and bottom bevel to first level. Okay, well, we're here. 3D format, top bevel. Right now it says none, so I want the first one that they have here. All right, so I'm beveling the edges. You'll see it show up in a minute. And then set all the width and height boxes to 512, which seems quite large, huh? It'll be okay. Let's watch this. Let's change these sizes for each one. You can watch me type away and change the material of the third style standard type to plastic. All right, so material, third one is plastic. Ah, see how I changed it? Isn't that interesting? So that's kind of cool. Let me get rid of that and get it right here where it needs to be. All right. Yikes. Okay, now I'm going to insert a footer. So I'm going to go to insert. I want a header footer. I want a custom footer. I want a custom footer, and I want to insert file name on the left section. So right here, and that looks like a file name. Done. Now, it's not showing up here, but if you go to File and Print, you'll see that it does show up here, right? So it's there. You don't see that until you do Print Preview. So that's how that works. All right. Yikes. Okay, we're on step 10 in the Seattle inventory worksheet. Okay, let's move off the chart sheet and go to a worksheet. We're going to do some functions, and these are real common functions here. So in B5, which is right here, it wants me to use an average function for the average retail price. So retail price is where it's right here. Average, we want Excel to do some work, so we're going to use the equal operator. And average is just the whole word average, not EVG, but average. So I'm going to select these cells. And it'll put the closing parentheses in there for me. If I click on it, when I hit enter, you notice it did it. So D14 to D19, this is D, this is 14. That is the right range. So I'm just double checking. So that is the average price. And could I do that in my head? Probably not. Okay, so the next one would be in B5, it wants the median price. So let's do that. Equal median. Now we need a starting parentheses. Now we're going to put a range in. Hit the equal sign, and notice that's a different value, right? All right, the lowest price equals, you've seen a pattern here. Let's start with an operator. Give the function name, then an open parentheses, select the range, hit enter, and we can now that we can see $2.99 is the lowest price. The highest price, you would guess the answer would be 69. So let's see what it is. So that would be equals, and it's max is the highest price. That's the function name. I'm going to select the range, and when I hit enter, the value should be 69.52, and it is good. We got that right. We can kind of check that by eyeball when we look at that. Okay, calculate highest. Format the range and counting number style from B5 to B8. So let's select B5 to B8, accounting number style. And let's go back to home and accounting number format. That look right? Let's double check that. We can open it up and say, yeah, accounting. That is right. You know, accounting is dollar signs. It's not quantity like this is total stock on hand, which is a sum of this probably. Let's see. Did I do it? Yeah, they did. They sum A14 to A19. Did they do that right? A14. They did. Okay, good. Just checking the work of the authors here. That is done. Cutting number four. We're done with that. Let's go. Let's do a couple more since we're having so much fun. So let's go to the Seattle inventory worksheet, which is, oh, we're still on the same one. And G14 and G14 right here, enter an if function. Well, those are handy to determine the items to be ordered. So what are the conditions? If the quantity in stock is less than 50, the cell should display order. So right here, quantity in stock is here. So we're going to put a function right here, stock level. So it's if, that's a function. So equal, yes, equal if. All right, so here's a logical test. It's going to do step by step. We could do the format function here, the insert a function, or we can read the help here and logically do it. So in this case, if this value is less than 50, all right, that's the test. It says if the quantity in stock is less than 50, now we're going to do, once I put a comma in, this will change right here. What do you want to happen if that's true? Well, I want it to display, it has me display the word order. We need parentheses around that, right? Now, once I hit the comma, I go to the last value. And if it's not true, then I display OK, which quite frankly, I think what I would do if I was doing this function, I would have a blank there probably, but that's what they want. So in this case, it's less than 50, so it should display order. If I fill it down, we can see that this is over 50, this was under. Yeah, it's functioning properly. So there's your if function. That was easy, that was quick. We'll do one more for fun. So format the range A13 to G19. Yikes. Okay, so A13 to G19. Format this range as a table. So we're going to go to insert and we're just going to go, I want table. I want to format this range as a table. And I want, does it want headers? With headers. So leave that box checked. So here's the table, right? Format the range as a table with headers. Filter the table on the sports column, display only skiing. So here's sports column. Display, I don't want all, I just want skiing. What would I get when I do that? Skiing, I would only get, I can't see what's behind it. Let me cancel real quick. I should get just two records. So let's filter it. When I go skiing, see, yep, I get 2 records. So good. Well, we'll just keep all you highlight for heck of it. All right, so I filtered it to skiing. Display the total roll. All right, so, well, let's go back and select the whole thing. Display table total row. Here we go. So here it is, a new row for totals. In the table, then sum the quantity of stock of ski items. All right, so here, quantity in stock. Here's my little selector. I want a sum. I don't want average minimum. I want sum. Though I did that. The total row, display the quantity of skiing. Type the result in B11. So B11 is here. The answer I got was 86. Okay, good. Remove the total row. Okay, so I'm going to right click it. I'm going to go to table and I'm going to click the total row and it'll disappear when I do that. And then on the sport, remove the filter. I want all the rows back in. Remove the filter. Good. So that's done. So you just saw me convert this area to what looks like a separate table. You saw me filter it. You saw me give a total row. Put the answer here. Take out the total row. Take the filter off. That's a real common thing to do to spreadsheets. So that's good to know that skill. Now the rest of it, you're going to work on some other spreadsheets. You're going to do some referencing for stocks on hand, median price and average price. You've done that before. Do more total styles. Do an absolute reference. Remember, the F4 key can do that for the cells. Do a format painter. Absolute reference again. I think that's it. I think this should help. This is kind of a big overview. Look at it again from start to finish. Make sure you understand in Excel chapters 1, 2, and 3 how to do all of these functions, and you should be fine. All right. Good luck with this.